Hey everybody, this is Greg Gossett from Gossett Trading and Mentoring Live. Excuse me. And today is Thursday, November 4th, 2021. We are again in the final hour of the trading day. The final hour of the trading day is my favorite time to make the majority of my buying and selling decisions because simply I believe that the closing prices are the most valid prices of the day to look at your levels. If you're below, you get out. If you're above, you stay in or you get in. And I say this because at the end of the day, the large financial institutions come in, they take control away from the day traders and the algorithms. I consider them to be the smartest money on the street. They have very smart people, best information, best technology. And I just consider them to the closing price to be the most valid price of the day. So that is why primarily I am an end of day trader. So thank you all for coming today. I hope you are having a great day. I hope you're having a good trading day. I always look forward to this time of the day to see everyone in the live stream, in the chat, see how they're doing, take a look at their trades, share ideas. So I appreciate you being here, and I hope by coming here and being here that it is helping improve your trading and your investing. So currently the Dow Jones, the Dow is down 137 points, down 0.38%. The NASDAQ, another strong day today, up 126 points, up 0.8%. And the S&P up 10.97, up 0.23%. So here is the plan for today, everyone. First of all, we are going to run the U.S. legal disclaimer. Secondly, we're going to come back. We're going to take a look at my current positions, talk about when I bought them, why I bought them, and how I am going to manage them moving forward. Did have some nice day trades today, both to the long side and the short side. I will share those with you. After that, we're going to go over to the board where my students have their positions. We're going to talk about when they bought them, why they bought them, and how they are going to manage them or see how they are performing. After that, talk a little bit about trader psychology. I say this every day, but I do really mean it and believe it, and I say it with love. The most important skill you can ever learn in trading is not support, resistance, exits, all that. It is important. I'm not taking anything away from that, but what is most important is that you put together a trading plan based upon good trading principles, and then you have the ability to follow that plan. That's the tough part. I always talk about diet. Yeah, everyone knows how to lose weight. You eat less food or you eat better food, you exercise more. We all know what works, but in reality, putting it into practice and executing on that, well, it could be a little different story because emotions are involved. And it's the same thing with trading. If there's not emotions involved with trading, I don't know what has emotions involved with it. So we're going to talk about trader psychology. Hopefully that will be helpful. Always is helpful for me to discuss it. Sometimes you teach what you most need to learn, right? So I'm human. I'm way fallible, more than most. So it's always good for me to do as well. After that, I have gone down through my watch list. I have gone down through the results of Kamal Scanner. I have 3 requirements whenever I'm looking to enter a new trade. First, combination, confluence of indicators lining up on multiple time frames. Secondly, need a good risk to reward ratio, at least 2-to-1 based upon where my stop and support is to the downside and where my profit targets or overhead resistance levels are. If I'm risking $1,000, I need to be able to make at least $2,000 or more right from the get-go to make the asymmetrical math work. And then lastly, I need a complete trading plan. And a complete trading plan for me involves the following. First, I need to position size based upon the current current volatility of the market. When it's higher volatility, I buy fewer shares. When it's lower volatility, I buy more shares. Number 2, I always need to know what my maximum allowed loss is. Number 3, I need to know where my emergency stop is. Number 4, I need to know where my end of day stop is. Number 5, I need to know where my intraday profit targets are. Number 6, I need to know where significant overhead resistance levels are. And number 7, I need to have a good trailing stop methodology in place so that if I have a profitable trade, I have rules and protocols to not let me give it all back. It's very important. It's very disheartening too when you have a big gain and then you give it all back. That's why I need some good trailing stop methodologies and rules. So, all right, well, that's the plan for today, everyone. Should be a good one. Interesting. It looks like the market's selling off a little bit here, as I notice. But let's run that U.S. legal disclaimer, get that out of the way, and I'll see you back in about 40 seconds. Thank you. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Please carefully read and/or listen to the U.S. government required disclaimer before watching this video or live stream broadcast. The video link and disclaimer text are located in the description section of this video or live broadcast, here and here. Thank you so much. All right, let's see who's here today. First on deck, Michael Wilkinson, aka Lova. Good to see you, Mike. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Kamal is here. Hey, bud. Good to see you. Thank you, as always, for everything that you do for this channel. I appreciate it. Everyone else does. Appreciate your friendship. And Kamal says, hello, trader. Steve Burns is here. Also another person I need to thank. I need to thank you all, actually. But Steve, thank you for being here today. Always appreciate it. Always honored to have you here. And I know everyone else feels the same way. Paxton Hall. Good to see you, Packy. Hello, Greg and everyone. Good to see you, Paxton. Ava, there's my friend Ava. Good. Hi, Greg and everyone. And Ava, thank you for coming to this channel. All the great contributions that you've had lately, and congratulations on your really outstanding trading. So proud of you. There's Tracy. Good to see you, Tracy. The dynamic duo is here and present. Paxton and Tracy. Hi, Greg and friends. Anya T is here. Hi, Anya. Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good day, my friend. Hope you are feeling well. So, all right, should we get on to it? Let's get on to it. Amazon on the swing trade. This has been a great trade for Leva, Gary, and I. Just outstanding trade. We bought this with the intraday rejection of the 250-day moving average. Rejected it 3 times, which I liked. Bought it at 33.1049. It's 34.73.99. It's up 2.66% today. And this particular trade up 4.67% in 2 days. Did hit 3 profit targets here today: 34.1481, 34.4562, and 34.7643. The orange line here, this is the trailing stop level. It's 1.5 ATRs above my entry. So now that we are there, now I'm in trailing stop mode. Have not got to 65. Once I get to 65 RSI, and then the 5 EMA comes into play. My students will know what I'm talking about here. But so far, wonderful trade. Great on the day, great on the trade. It was a good risk to reward ratio. This is what trading is all about, everyone. Facebook, another deep dip buy with Lova, David, Ava, and Jonathan. Jonathan bought this back here, I think, at about 315.98. The rest of us bought the under 200, over 200. We bought this at 323.52, and it has moved up nicely. 1 profit target today. It hit my trailing stop level, so now I go back into trailing, or now I go into trailing stop mode. This is up 1.03% on the day, and it is up 3.46% on the trade. IP, not so hot tamale. Jonathan, Bacon Bandit, Dynamic Duo, Gary and I, we did buy this. I like the setup under the negative third, over the negative third, under 30, over 30. Had a V1 to the downside that reversed back up, plus close over the 5 EMA. Didn't matter. Bought this at 49.85 yesterday. It's 48.57. It's down 2.7% on the day. My end of day stop is a close below the 30 RSI. Currently it is under, so I will have to look at getting rid of this today and just taking my lumps on it. Monster has been a great trade for Jonathan, Leva, and myself. I like the sideways motion that we had here. I like the double bottom with the bullish divergence that we had here. The trigger was an under 30, over 30, and we pretty much nailed that one. 84.91, it's 88.01. It's up 0.79% on the day, and it is up 3.4%, 3.45% on the trade. Now, Earnings are after the bell today, so I don't hold through earnings, so I will be going ahead locking in profits on Monster today. Lastly, SPY. Oh, shoot. I must have erased my lines and I don't have them handy. Anyway, I buy the SPY every day at the close. I hold it overnight. I sell it first thing the next morning. Yesterday, this was a slight gain. I'll just leave it there. Sorry, I took the numbers off, unfortunately. But I do buy the SPY every day at the close, hold it overnight, take the overnight risk, sell it first thing the next morning at the open. That is what I do. If you're interested in why I do that and why I do it every day, if you go to my YouTube channel under the lessons playlist, there's one called the Overnight SPY Trade. It explains what the rationale is, what the numbers are, and I've used this for 3 years, and it has been positive ever since I've used it. Takes you on some wild rides, though, for sure. All right, let's take a look at day trades. Oh, here we go. This is the Russell 2000. Intraday, we had a big crackdown. See the big down bar that came on volume? So I knew that there was some selling going on there. Then we went lower. We immediately reversed back up. But as you know, if I have a big down bar larger than 1.5 ATR, if I get back to the halfway, it's probably going to find some resistance there at the 50% level. So I shorted this right here at the 50% retracement level, but notice we have the 100-day moving average or 100 bar moving average above. That was my stop. If it had gone up and closed above, I would have gotten out for a small loss, but it immediately went my way. I shorted at 238.45. Next bar went down. I took profits at partial profits at 238.17. Then it moved around, got another lower low here that I just almost nailed the bottom at 237.98. Then we had a close above the previous day's close. Oh, that's what it was, sorry. Now I'm a little mixed up. This was a long time ago. But anyway, had the big bar down, rallied in at the 50%, shorted at 238.45, got out at 238.17, got out at 238.13, and got out at 237.98. So that was a nice little short position on IWM. Then let's go to Microsoft. I had a trade on Microsoft, kind of my bread and butter. Return to value, sideways, 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 sideways motion. Here we triggered a V2, and I bought here at 335.10, took some profits at 335.49, took some more profits up here, 335.87. As we got high up here, that was enough for me, got out at 336.13. So that is that trade. And then I did have one more trade on this earlier as well. I shorted here when we had a V2 to the downside and lost the 5 EMA. I shorted at 335.18. I covered at 334.45. And then here we got back to break even and I got out of the trade. So good little short trades today. There's been some volatility in the market, which is always helpful. And then last, VIX. Here we go. VIX was so oversold that we had an under 30 RSI, over 30 RSI. I bought at 1966. I took some profits on the way up here, 1973. Took some more at 1978. Then we got up here, took some more at 1994, and then we had a close below the previous bar's low. I got out of the trade. So I went long 1966, out at 1973, out at 1978, 1985, and 1994. for, which is a pretty substantial on VIX. I mean, there's some moves here. I mean, it sounds like 10 cents here and 15 cents there, but that is substantial on the VIX because it's because it's $20. So all right, so that's that. Monster has a 520 crossover today. It does, but it has earnings today as well, Steve. That's why I'm getting out. See my little reminder up here? Thursday, market close. And so it does have earnings after the bell. So that's why I'm getting out here today and locking in profits. But you're right. It does have, or it did have, a 520 crossover. Tracy says, I was just going to ask if Monster backtested well. But again, there are earnings. Steve says, I will pass on Monster in front of earnings. Yeah, I figured. Yeah. All right, well, let's take a look at everyone else's trades. I look at mine all day long, so this is kind of fun for me. David bought UPST with a 520 crossover, bought it at 344.80. It is 323.88. It's down 1.89% today, and this one, unfortunately, is down on the trade. AAL has been a big gainer here for Bacon Bandit. Close intraday rejection of the 250, bought it at 1984. It's 2054. It's down 0.44% on the day, but nicely up on the trade. AVTR, Steve Burns bought AVTR along with Dynamic Duo with the 520 crossover, bought it at 39.89. It's 38.92. It's down 1.32% today, and so far down on the trade. ALKS, Lova bought ALKS yesterday with the higher low V2 at 30.62. It's 30.55. So it is down a little on the day, and it is also down a little on the trade. Beyond Meat, it's been a great trade for Steve and Tom. Under 30, over 30. Bought it at 95.13. Kind of moved sideways, kind of held, and then yesterday we had a huge day up. This is down 0.46% on the day, but it is up 8.56% on the trade. So that's fantastic. MS. All right, so I know from Ava earlier, Ava has become such a good trader. She bought MS Morgan Stanley at 103.25, moved up nicely. She got out, I believe, at break even. Was that what you told me, Ava? I thought I read that. Oh, at 102. She got out at 102. So she got in at 103.25, out at 102 for a loss, but I mean, look what she avoided. Fantastic, Ava. All right, so I'm going to take you off of that one. Hood, Steve Burns, buying Robinhood, under 30, over 30. Bought at 34.97. It's 37.07. It's up 0.11% today on the day, but on the trade, up a healthy 5.78%. So congratulations, Steve. BIIB, we have Michael Martin, under 30, over 30, here at 269.90. It's 279.14. It's down 0.116% on the day. But as far as the trade goes, up 3.27%. So that's beautiful. BIB, Steve and Ava bought BIB at 94.89. It's 94.67. Had a big day up yesterday, but today gave it back. So it looks like this is down on the day and slightly down on the trade. TNA is Ava, who bought TNA all the way back here. This has been a monster trade by Ava. She bought this at $87 even. It's 106.15. It's down a little bit today, which I think is to be expected after such a big day, but she is up 17.89% on this trade. Amazing. SPCE, Steve and Lova bought SPCE with an under 30, over 30, bought it at 18.47. It's 19.55. It is down 1.96% today, but Steve and Lova up on the trade over 6%. Pretty sweet. Zoom. Michael Martin bought Zoom. Triple bottom, bullish divergence, under 30, over 30 was the trigger. Bought this at 256.74. It's 289.29. It's down 1.18% today, but up 8.99% on the trade. Holy hamburgers. VRM, Dynamic Dual, bought VRM, under 30, over 30, and a V1 at 1954. Moved up nicely, but it's come back down. It's down 1.36% on the day, but still up on the trade. Boeing, Dynamic Duo, David Kamal, bought Boeing, under 30, over 30, 206.50. It's 212.57. It's down 0.38% today, but on the trade, up 2.86%. Verizon, oy vey, I don't know what happened here, but it's not good. Verizon, Michael Martin bought Verizon with the higher low V2 here at 53.14. Kind of danced around, moved sideways, but big down bar today. So sorry for that, Michael. I do see a double bottom and a bullish divergence forming. Here's the low with deep red MACD bars. If we could come back down, test this low, then we'd have a double bottom and a bullish divergence, in which case I would look to go long, but not quite yet. So sorry about that trade there, Michael Martin. XLU, Gary Bacon Bandit, Lova bought a higher low intraday rejection of the 200-day moving average at 65.08. It's 66.63. It is down 0.49% today, but on the trade, up 2.33. So nothing to sneeze at there. WST, Steve Burns did buy WST with a 520 crossover. Bought this at 428.10. Moved up nicely the last few days. Down today 1.81%, but still up on the trade, which is great. Frank has had an amazing trade on Tel. Returned to the value zone, looked like a V1. Bought this at 337. It's 425. It's down 1.39% on the day. But this particular trade has been a monster, up over 20%, up 20.71% for Frank. That's a monster. Snap. We have Kamal and David and Jonathan. Kamal bought at 52. I think David bought at 53.90. I believe Jonathan bought at 52.90. And it looks like it looks like David and Jonathan are down on the trade, and Kamal is up slightly on the trade because he bought it at 52. It's 52.12. So down on the day, mixed on the trade, depending on who bought it where. Cisco, down day today. Dynamic Duo and Lova bought this back here, higher low V2 at 55.65. It's 56.80. It's down 1.44% on the day, but still up on the trade. DT, nice trade yesterday taken by Steve, right? Or I have Ava here. Did Steve take that trade? I don't know if Steve took that trade now, but I know Ava did with a 520 crossover. I don't think Steve took it. No, I don't think Steve took it. He pointed it out, and it's been a nice trade, up 2.89%. So congratulations, Ava. And then last but not least, LRCX, great trade here by Lova, 520 crossover, bought at 572.70. It's 595.02. It's up 2.34% on the day and up 3.7% on the trade. So outstanding trades. My gosh, just really, really proud and happy for everyone. And again, MSTR does have earnings today, getting rid of that. IP, it's been my stinker. It's 29.14. I mean, it may hold above the 30 at the end of the day. We never know, but we'll take a look and we'll figure it out. Oh, we have a sports break. Sweet. A Tom Brady sports break. Tom Brady was also known as a great baseball player in high school. He was a left-handed batting catcher with power. He was drafted in the 18th round of the 1995 MLB draft by the Expos. I had no idea. You know, those one guys that are just like Deion Sanders and Bo Jackson that are good enough to play two professional sports. Pretty amazing. Well, it doesn't surprise me. Tom Brady is a pretty amazing athlete. Steve says, I called out DT signal, but was already full with positions. Yeah, that's what I thought. I remember you called that position out, Steve. But then that's why I was surprised at the end of the day when I didn't see anything. All right. So Amazon doing great, doing fine. Hoping it would hit my fourth profit target. It's hard to hit 4 profit targets, let me tell you what, but this is up 3.13% on the day. Really, really great move up. This has been a great trade. Glad that I got out of 3 profit targets. Facebook doing great. Also doing great up there. Got to 1.5 ATR trailing stop level, so now I'm in trailing stop mode. IP stinker. It's at 29.02. If it closes under 30, I'll have to get out. MSTR, been a great trade. Really pay attention to that sideways motion. Sideways motion leads to trends. That's why I always look for sideways motion when I'm looking for return to values, because I know a sideways motion formation can lead to a trend. I don't like to chase trends. Sometimes it works, but I feel a lot more comfortable and have better risk to reward ratios if I can buy that sideways and then sell into the trend. That's my move. And then SPY, of course, sorry, I erased those lines, but I am buying that at the close. All right, everybody. So listen, before we start looking for our potential end of day trades, remember, keeping in mind my three requirements, right? Confluence, combination of indicators lining up on multiple time frames, good risk to reward ratio, having a complete trading plan in place with if-then statements. If it does this, then I'm going to do that. If it does that, then I'm going to do this. That's what you need, just like computer code, right? But before we do that, I do want to talk about trader psychology. It's so super important, everyone. It's really everything. I mean, trading is psychology. Psychology is trading. You're trading other people's emotions. So if people are losing their heads, just throwing the baby out with the bathwater when things are going down, if they're just buying hand over fist to the upside, without any regard for levels or anything like that, that's where you have to be different. That's why so many people lose money in trading. It's because they do, 90%, it's been said that up to 90% of people lose money trading. I don't know if that's trading or day trading or how you want to quantify that, but it's because you make the wrong, you do what 90% of people do. You don't let your winners run. You take profits quickly. You let your losers run. All the stuff you're not supposed to do. Right? So trading psychology is super important. And this is from Mark Minervini. I'm sure you know Mark. He's very, very famous trader, an author, an educator, and market wizard. Do yourself a favor. Follow him at Mark Minervini. I mean, you should read every single thing Mark Minervini ever wrote, right? You really should. And let's see what Mark has to say for us today. No one will ever be so good at trading that he or she will never take a loss. Being wrong is unavoidable, but staying wrong is a choice. Losses are a part of trading. If you are not prepared to deal with them, then prepare to eventually lose a lot of money. And I know people like this. They don't like to take losses. It usually comes back from them about 85% of the time. But listen, I've been in this boat. I've told you when I was in my 20s, I lost over $1 million in just over a month because I couldn't fathom that something was going to go down and would keep going down. It was a hard pill to swallow, but that's why I'm always so passionate about this. Yes, a lot of times it's going to come back for you, but there's the 1 or 2 or 3 times where it is not going to come back for you, and you're going to lose everything you ever made. So let's read it one more time. No one will ever be so good at trading that he or she will never take a loss. Okay? Of course, we all take losses. Being wrong is unavoidable. It's totally unavoidable. Of course you're going to be wrong, but staying wrong is a choice. See, that's where you have a choice. If you're wrong, You can have a choice to gut it out, hope that it comes back, or you can just say, I'm wrong, and you have that choice, and you can get out and you can preserve your capital. Losses are a part of trading. If you are not prepared to deal with them, then be prepared to eventually lose a lot of money. Because if you do not have stops and you just let losses run, eventually one's going to get you. That's all I can say. One is going to get you. So please subscribe to Mark Minervini at Mark Minervini over on Twitter. Read everything he has to say. I appreciate you posting this, Mark. Helpful for me. Hope it's helpful for everyone else. Look at this bounce on Amazon. Straight down, straight up. Doesn't matter. Just straight down, straight back up. Which I'm glad. I'm long, right? But unbelievable. Maybe we'll hit that third profit target. I don't know. Frank is here. Good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a good day. Thank you, as always, for everything that you do for this channel. Haven't seen a poem, though, Frank. Did I miss one? Or maybe Frank just got here. Steve Burns says, mRNA checked wreck today after earnings. Okay. mRNA. Oh, yeah. Moderna. Down 19%, everyone. That's not child's play. Holy hamburgers. Holy hamburgers. Yeah. You know, as traders, our job is to be the best risk manager we can. In my opinion, in Steve's opinion, holding through earnings is one of the worst ways to put yourself in front of a train that might just run you over. It works the other way as well. I don't want to take anything away from that, but you know, your job is to manage risk. Holding in front of earnings is probably the worst way to possibly do that. All right, let's read today's poem from Frank. Why take a roller coaster to get to where you're going? Volatility ain't the way to get your money growing. Slow but sure is a seed worth sowing. Profits are the fruit every trader's growing. Oh man, is that good stuff. Why take a roller coaster to get where you're going? Volatility ain't the way to get your money growing. Slow but sure is a seed worth sowing. Profits are the fruit every trader's growing. Oh, fantastic. As usual. Thank you so much, Frank. That's unbelievably, an unbelievably great poem. Okay. One more look before we start looking at new stuff. Amazon doing great. 3 profit targets, possibly a fourth up here at 35.01. We shall see. Facebook doing great. Doing fantastic. Nothing I have to do there. Hey, looks like we might have a 520 crossover on Facebook. 330.50 to 330.65. So not quite there yet, but possibility. Possibility tomorrow if it keeps going up. IP, stinker today. Have to get rid of this with a close under the 30 RSI. Monster, nice, great trade, but I have to sell this before the market closes because of earnings. And then SPY, of course, had a little overnight SPY gain, just a little one. And I'll be buying that today at the close. Steve says, I don't know how you drop those poems every day. It's crazy. I agree. I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, that's the word. It's unbelievable. And Frank just has a gift from God, honestly. All right, let's take a look at some positions today. Akami Technologies, AKMA, had a nice move up yesterday. We broke pretty substantially over the 200-day moving average on high volume, a lot of buyers. Today, we have a bit of a pullback, down 1.01%, which is to be expected. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibilities, but it comes on very low volume. See, that's what caught my eye here. Strong volume up, down today on light volume, but we are holding the 200-day moving average. We came back into the range though. I'd like it a little better. See the high here? We broke out of that range. Now we've come back in the range, but we still have the 200-day moving average underneath as support. 200 is 109.56. We're 109.69. So it does give a good risk to reward ratio. Let's take a peek at the weekly. Weekly, well, I like that it's over the 50 SMA, but it did reject the 50 RSI on the weekly, which I don't like. It takes a little bit away from it for me. So we'll check and see where that ends up. Ideally, to buy this, I would like it to have tested the previous resistance here, but now we're below this previous resistance and we're back down under the range. But you know, it's kind of a tug of war here because you're still holding the 200. But I'll keep that one around. We'll see. Live person, LPSN has an under 30, over 30, under the negative third, over the negative third. Came from a long ways down though. That concerns me a little bit. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly is holding the 100-week moving average. Not too bad. I guess that's why I had it on the list, but it's 30.05. I don't know if that's going to hold. CAR has a return to value, sideways motion, V2. We are at 48.33. Let's see, did we reject the 50 RSI though? That's kind of a key one for me. No, we have not yet. We do have this big down bar though, and we are at about halfway or very close to that halfway. So that one looks good, but I'm always on the lookout for big bars, so I'm going to take CAR off. Otis, OTIS, has a higher low V2. We close below the value zone, into the value zone. We have a V2 here, which incorporates 3 bars. Here's day 1, day 2 washes out day 1, day 3 above day 1's close in the value zone. So this could be the start of a new uptrend. We don't know that for sure. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly, we had the big down bar. We're back to half. We're back to resistance of the previous range. So my gut instinct there, well, we did break below it and back above it. 1.14 million shares traded, so that's allowable. That's okay. NTAP, we also have a higher low V1. We are under 50, over 50. There was quite a lot of selling there. We got right to about halfway of that big down bar here. See? Big down bar, maybe about right there, but it literally came down and tested that halfway bar there, so I'll take that one off because of that. IBB, I was looking for a retest of the 200, but it's not there yet. Philip Morris, I am considering buying Philip Morris if we can get a higher low rejection of the 200-day, but that's not there yet. I'll keep that one. And IBB. PayPal, looking for an under 30, over 30 on PayPal if we can ever get it. Not quite there yet, but we'll watch. And then VIX. VIX did have an under 30, over 30 today, and a V1, and a rejection of the negative third ATR channel. So that one is a potential as well. Hey, give me 35, 40 seconds just to take care of something and talk amongst yourself, although you don't have microphones, so you can't do that, but pretend like you are, and I'll be back in about 40 seconds. All right, thanks for holding on, everyone. Frank says, thanks, Steve. Talk about crazy. That one came to me in a traffic jam. That's great. Tracy says, what do you think of NIO on the 200? NIO. NIO. For me, Tracy, it's too high. You can have a close under the 200 and over the 200 deep dip buy, but when it's above the second ATR channel, that's where I draw the line. Here's the first, here's the second, here's the third. We broke above for sure, but I don't like that we rejected the third ATR channel. I don't like that we rejected the 250 above us. Let's take a peek at the weekly. Weekly rejected the 50 SMA, so kind of a lot of confluences there. Who knows? In this crazy market, it could obviously just keep going up, but for me, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. All right, let's see. Okay, AKAM is now below the 200-day moving average and back in the range, so that one is off the possibility list for me here. LPSN under 30, over 30. It is now under 30, so that one comes off. Otis. I like the false breakout to the downside. I like that we're back in the range. I like that it's a higher low V2. Its potential. Philip Morris has not yet back-tested a bounce or an intraday rejection of the 250, so no. PayPal, if it could close over 30 RSI, I've been very patient waiting for PayPal to just get a legitimate signal, but it's not quite there yet. VIX, so let's see. We got stuck at the halfway there, at the range there. I think I'll pass on that. So right now, at the moment anyway, Otis and potentially PayPal. Kami is below, so that one comes off. So Otis and PayPal look like my two possible potentials. If I even buy anything today, we'll see. Don't need to buy something every day. There's no rule. Okay. You know, that halfway, I guess we're right at about halfway. It concerns me a little bit on Otis, actually. I'd much rather buy PayPal, but if and only if we can get the signal. All right, we have about 15 minutes to go. I think I'm going to go ahead and just sell Monster, get that out of the way here so I can concentrate on new positions. So locking in profits on Monster before earnings. That's gone. Nice little trade. Okay, that's also gone. All right, so Monster comes over here. IP, give it a little bit more time on IP. So I assume I'm going to get some resistance at the -1 ATR channels on the weekly. So where does that put me? That puts theoretical reward from here to here. My risk on this trade would be a close below halfway the washout bar, there to there. It's like a 1-to-1. It's like a 1-to-1. So I'm going to pass. I'm going to pass on Otis. Looks like to me VIX is probably my favorite setup today, actually. With the under 30, over 30, under the -3rd, over the -3rd. Let's check the weekly. At the second ATR channel. Yeah, that one makes the most sense to me. HMC. Yeah, getting pretty close to the second ATR channel there, though. It's not above. It still gives you a good risk reward. Let's look at the weekly. Weekly's above the 50. It's getting kind of caught here at the 20. I just think that's a little high. It came from a lower low as well, so I would expect a pullback. That's my take on that one. LI is a V2, but there's zero sideways motion there. Fun fact, there's actually a village in southern Norway named Hell. It freezes over every winter, so Hell freezes over. Wow, how about that? So Amazon, holding. Facebook, holding. IP, I guess I'll give it a few more minutes, but it looks like this is going to close under 30, and then buying SPY as per usual. So VIX, by the way, I am out of VIX. I hit my emergency stop on the weekly. So I bought here with the V2 at 26.94. Thank goodness it went up strong for me, and I was able to unload some at profitable levels, which helps mitigate. But then you can see I hit my emergency stop this week at 20.78. That was a big down bar, big move down 21.65%. But again, that's why I use the ATR on the time frame that I'm using, because it was still my maximum allowed loss, just my normal maximum allowed loss. Haven't hit one for a while, so that one is out on the I hit my maximum allowed loss. I was going to talk about that on Friday, but being that I'm looking at a new trade here, I guess I'll just do it now. So yeah, I am going to buy VIX with the under 30, over 30, the rejection of the -3rd ATR channel. VIX is back over $20. Yesterday it went much lower than $20. I mean, it's historic, really. You remember they did a 4-to-1 split, which puts it at $5. For years, the average of the pre-split was, $8, $9, $10, $11, and now we're sitting at $5. It's pretty crazy. Actually, I think I'm going to put AKAM back here, because I believe we are above the 200-day again. Yes, we are. So with that being said, that comes back into play for me. I like the big move up on volume. I like the sell-off that did not have much volume. So I'm going to buy a half position in AKAM as long as it holds the 200, by the way. Oh boy. Did PayPal go back over 30? Not yet. And then VIX. So I'm going to buy 1/2 position in VIX, and I am going to buy 1/2 position in AKAM, just as long as it holds the 200-day moving average. Let me grab something real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, this should be interesting. I got one of those little stars in my eyes, like when you're getting a migraine. I just barely got that. That's why I just went and took something. Hopefully it will not shut me down here, because if they come on quick, then I can't see. So we'll see what happens here, hopefully. Yeah, I can definitely feel it coming on. Gosh darn it. All right, so AKAM is barely holding that 200, barely, by about 3 pennies. So if it closes under, not going to be in there. All right, IP, I'm going to go ahead, lock in loss on IP with the loss of the 30 RSI. Oh, gosh darn it. Yeah, my vision's starting to go. Ah, that's no good. AKAM now below the 200 by a penny. All right, so I did sell IP, a close under 200, locked in the loss, unfortunately down 2.5% today. Keeping Amazon doing good. Facebook doing good. SPY buying that at the close. And then it looks like I will be buying VIX today. All right, I am going to buy VIX right now. And then I'm buying SPY at the close. Oh, PayPal's getting there. 29.64. And AKAM back above now. AKAM. Guess I'll just wait on that one. Too close to call at the moment. Steve says, Greg, do you have an ocular migraines like Holly does? I'm not sure that means an eye migraine, but I get like a shooting star, like a bright light, and then it makes everything kind of double vision. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. Steve exited AVTR for a 2.71% loss after it made 5 days of lower highs in a descending channel. Okay, so Steve is out of AVTR. Steve also exited BIB for a 0.33% loss. You notice how Steve's gains are big and his losses are small? That's the key, everyone. AKMI, right there, right there. It's 2 pennies above. Closing in 1 minute. So I did get rid of IP. I did get rid of Monster. I did buy VIX. And I'm just making a decision here on, ooh, it's going to be tough. All right. All right. I just did buy AKAM. All right, we have about 10 seconds to the close. All right, that's it, everyone. That is it. All right, so I did buy SPY today at 466.91, and I did buy AKAM at 109.61, and I did buy VIX at 2022. All right. So I did buy VIX at 2022. Close under the 30 RSI as my stop. I did buy AKAM today at 109.61. Close, end of day stop, close under the 200-day moving average. And then, let's see, SPY. Oh, yeah, SPY. 466.91. Okay. I'm double check that. SPY, overnight SPY trade, 466.91, aka M, retested the 200-day moving average on lower volume on the downside, 109.61, and then VIX 2022, bought that one a little early, but that's how it goes. All right, so that's me. If any of my students have any new entries or exits for me today that they would like me to update on the board, if you could please go ahead, put them in the live stream chat. I will get them all taken care of momentarily. First, I just want to go over quick little bits of business. Just remind everybody that I do teach private one-on-one lessons in the evening time via Skype. I love to teach. I'm good at it. I've taught students all over the world and really have made them better traders. And the course that I teach is, like I said, it's one-on-one. I teach you all 5 of the different trading approaches that I use. I teach you step by step so that you know how to use them. And I do a lot of question asking. You have to answer a lot of questions. We do a lot of simulation trades. It's just a great course. I've had so many good feedback from my students all around the world. So, you know, if you decide one day that, hey, I do really want to learn this skill, become a better trader, do the course with me. You will be a better trader. It does cost $1,750, but it's worth every penny. So if you are interested, all you have to do is send me an email. The email's in the link of this description of this video. Just say, Greg, potentially interested in taking your course. I'll say, fantastic. Let's set up a Skype call. Skype call is free. It's not a sales call. I just want to learn more about you and your trading and what your trading challenges have been and what you're hoping to achieve. And it's also a good time for you to ask me any questions you have about the course in particular. And then when we're done with the call, think about it as long as you want. And then one day, if you decide today's the day, I want to be a better trader, email me back. We'll get it all scheduled. Number 2, I do have an online course available on udemy.com. It's a great course. Again, people from all over the world giving such good reviews, such good feedback. It's 9.5 hours of video, 15 study guides, 26 videos total. I teach you step by step how to trade the deep dip buy stock trading approach. I use it all the time. Amazon, Facebook, VIX today. You know, I'm using that exact same approach, and I will show you exactly how to use it, and you will be a better trader. And the best news, it's like $12 or $15 on udemy.com. But don't let that price fool you. You get a lot of content, and if you're just starting out, you want to learn some good trading principles, check it out. The link is in the description of this video. And then lastly, if you like today's podcast, if you could hit the thumbs up button, I would really appreciate it. It really helps the channel out more than you know. It lets YouTube know that there's some valuable content here so they can get out and share it more. So, you know, if you've learned anything over the past few days or today, and you can just show your appreciation by just hitting the thumbs up button before you get on out of here. That's all I ask. All right, migraines hanging in there. What I mean by that, I'm still able to see stuff. All right, so Steve is out of AVTR. Okay. Steve is out of BIB. Still have Ava there, but I don't know what she's doing, so I'll just take that off like so. Bacon Bandit says, Greg, I show the IP RSI level at 3051. Why get out? We must have different settings, Bacon Bandit, because you can see mine's 2929. Are you using a 14-day? Or are you using a 7-day? But the reason I'm getting out is because it closed below 30 RSI. Paxton says, I never had migraines till I suffered COVID. Now I get them all the time. Yeah, that's no good. Bacon Bandit says ATR equals AT. Not sure on that one, Mike. Maybe you could clarify. Oh, Steve bought Snap. Oh boy. we got lots of snappers. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, because it gets a little complicated. Yeah, it did close back over. You are right. So let's put here Steve at 5224. I don't want to get too many lines going on. Otherwise, it will be confusing for everyone, including myself. So I've got you up there, Steve, 5224. Bacon Bandit is Add a Monster. Oh, shoot. I didn't have you in there, bud. All right. Good. I'm glad you got out. And Invix. Frank says, have you tried Nurtec by Biohaven on acute migraines or Amiovig for prevention? Trading also keeps one informed about meds. No, I haven't. But I'm going to take a copy of that so I can look at that later, Frank. Thank you for that. Okay, got that copied. Steve says, I exited Beyond Meat for a 7.89% gain. Okay, very nice, Steve. We'll take Steve out of there. Okay. Michael said, I'm at a monster. Okay. Out of half of XLU. Half. Okay, good. In Otis. At 81.78. Yeah, that did close nice. 81.78, good. Okay. That's Lava. So I still have Jonathan, Bacon Bandit, Dynamic Duo, and Gary in IP. If any changes on that, let me know. AKA M is Dynamic Duo. Oh no. Oh, okay. I thought my computer was freezing. You know how it does that sometimes. Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Out of IP. Out of half AVTR. Okay. Out of room. Okay. Good trade there. About break even, but good trade. Out of 1/2 Cisco. So you're down to 1/4, or sold 3/4. Okay. All right, Ava is out of TNA. Monster trade for Ava. So proud of you. Okay, out of TNA. Out of MS. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, I've got that one off. And in VIX. Ava. Ava said, holding BIB as IBB. Okay, so you've got... holding, okay. Kamal is out of Snap. Okay. Frank says, I bought Ava's trade of DT earlier today. Okay, good. Which one was that? Oh, Dynatrace. I already have Dynatrace on there, right? Oops. Okay, Dynatrace. All right. Okay. So Ava's already in. And Frank bought at $75.80. Well, that's a good entry price, bud. So I'm just going to put here Frank at $75.80. Is that right? And then where did Frank go? Aha, he's sneaking below. All right. We'll get this worked out one way or the other. 75.80. I'll put a line here so we know. Tom is out of Beyond. Good to see you, Tom. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Okay. So everyone's out of Beyond Meat. Kamal says, nice trade on Beyond Meat. Steve Burns, nice trade TNA. Ava, Greg, did you say you were seeing stars? Yeah, I see like a, like one bright star. And then after that, like if I see a strobe light or something, it would do it. But like it's better now. I got up and I took some Midol. No, Pamprin. I've heard that that's good. So that's why I got up and took a couple Pamprin. Yeah, I feel better. Like I can see for sure. But yeah, I've kind of had it my whole life. Frank says, spelling correction. It's AI moving. All right, what's going on after hours here? AKAM is unchanged. Amazon is unchanged. Dow's down a little bit. Facebook's up a little bit. IP is unchanged, or not IP, IWM. Oh, I see what we did here. Okay. IWM up 17 cents. Q's down 17 cents. SPY down 14 cents. Bonds had a good rally back today, up 1%. And then VIX is up 4 cents. It's that time of the month, Tom. It's that time of the month. All right. So that leaves us with Amazon. 3 profit targets today. What a monster trade that's been. What a great risk to reward ratio. Facebook, doing great. SPY, have the new SPY trade. VIX, bought that a little high, 2022. And then AKAM. So I like the positions here. Like to add a little VIX. I mean, it was legitimate entry, right? It's a legitimate setup, but I like having a little bit of the hedge there. AB&B taking off AH. I'm not sure what that means. A, B, and B. Is that, Tom, does that mean you took Airbnb? Or what does that mean? So again, IP, I still have Jonathan, Bacon Bandit, and Gary. But if that's what their readings say, then that's what their readings say. Oh, God. Tracy says, thank you, everyone. Have a great night. You as well, Trace. Oh, after hours. A, B, and B. Up 1.43%. Nice. Earnings, sorry. Okay. Yep, I get it now. All right. Listen, if we have any other comments or anyone wants to contribute anything else or has questions or wants to tell us a poem or a story, feel free. Go ahead, put it in the live stream. Before we do that, I just want to read this like I do every day. This is by Martin Kornfeld. If we all do one random act of kindness daily, we just might set the world in the right direction. It's a good saying, right? It's not that hard to do one random act of kindness daily for another human being. I try to do it every day. It's worked well in my life. I also try to do something nice for an animal as well. They appreciate it as well. And, you know, by doing so, it could make the world a better place. Couldn't hurt, right? Doesn't have to cost money. Just hold the door open, give them a smile, just be pleasant. You know, just anything. Just one simple act of kindness really could make someone else's day, make the animal's day, and maybe one day when you need it, somebody will be there for you as well. So I like this saying, and, you know, please consider that, incorporating that into your life as well. All right. Well, does anyone have anything else that they would like to contribute today? If you do, this would be the time. So I'm teaching tonight. Karen, if you're out there, I'm looking forward to our lesson, 7:30. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But in the meantime, I'm going to put my hiking boots on. Hopefully this migraine clears up, which it seems like it has. So that's good. Going out, get some fresh air would be good. So head on out, go for a little hike, take the little puppy dog for a little walk. She's a monster and a half. This thing is like 16 weeks old, and it's literally a velociraptor. I think I need to put on football helmet and pads just to take this little puppy on a walk. But it's fun. I like having a puppy back in my life, of course. So I hope you have a good rest of your day. Go out, do something nice for somebody. Be good, be safe, drive safe. Get some fresh air if you can. Maybe sit down, meditate for 10, 15 minutes, do a little presence work. I learned that from Ava, and you can see whatever Ava's doing, she's doing it right. Okay, well, unless there's anything else, let me check. Mike says, do you consider bid-ask spread on day trades? Do you have a specific limit? Yeah, of course I do. I mean, you know, I usually trade, you know, Apple or Amazon or Microsoft, and I look for things that have a tight bid-ask spread, Mike. I mean, you know, what I mean by tight is probably 3-4 cents. If it gets over that, then I'll probably try to middle it, where I try to, you know, get filled in the middle. You have to be really careful when something has like a 20, 30, 40% spread. You have to be a lot more patient, try to get filled on the bid. It's nice if you can flip it right back over on the ask. But, as far as a rule of thumb, I mean, if you buy Amazon, it's $1, $1.50, $2 sometimes. But, it's such a high price stock that it's kind of like a 6, 7, 8 cent spread. Like Facebook has usually like a 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 cent spread as well. But I like to day trade stuff that I don't even really have to think about it. That it's a 1 or 2 cent spread, that's okay with me. But if it gets over, like 6, 7, 8 cent spread, depending on the price of the stock, then I'm not as comfortable with those. I'm not even as comfortable with Facebook, even with the 4, 5, 6% spread, because you're giving up, 8 to 10 cents on a trade immediately if you just hit buy and sell instead of 2 cents like on Apple or on the Qs or on an index. If she's a monster, you should name her MicroStrategy. I like it. Yeah, her name is Penny. Frank says, fun story. I once worked with a fellow who would buy one stock a year, add it on the dips, and reward himself with a new car each year from the gain. Oh, that's great. I love that. I also have a story called One Stock Doc. Good friend of mine, Dr. Jorgensen, who's a doctor, knew a doctor, and they called him the One Stock Doc because he only bought one stock, and kind of similar, would add onto it on weakness and so forth, like an Apple, something like that. All right, so Dow's down after hours, Q's down after hours, SPY down after hours, not big, but down, and VIXY up just a bit. All right, everybody, have a good rest of your day, okay? And tomorrow's Friday, so we'll look for some weekly trades, and we'll see what this crazy market has for us again. All right? Thanks again, everyone. Take care. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye. U.S. government required disclaimer. Stock, options, futures, and forex trading is not appropriate for everyone. While there is a potential for large rewards, there is also a substantial risk of loss associated with trading. The material in this video or live broadcast is not geared towards any particular individual or to any particular financial situation and is not intended to meet the particular investment objectives of any viewer. This video or live broadcast, like all instructional materials produced by Gossett Trading and Mentoring LLC, is created and published for informational and educational purposes only. Any and all information contained in, implied, or referenced by this video or live broadcast is not to be construed as investment advice, and no representation is made that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast is an investment or financial advisor or is registered or authorized to give any financial advice. We are publishers and educators only. Therefore, the various producers of this video or live broadcast will not accept liability for any loss or damage of any kind which may arise either directly or indirectly out of the use of any of this material, including any loss of profit. No representation is made that any account or investment will or is likely to achieve the profit or losses demonstrated. We recommend consultation with a licensed and qualified professional before making any investment decision. This video or live broadcast is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell any security, financial instrument, or financial product of any kind. Notice is hereby given that any individual or entity involved in production of this video or live broadcast or their clients may have an interest in any security, financial instrument, or financial product mentioned or referenced. Any simulated or hypothetical performance result depicted does not represent actual trading and therefore may under or overcompensate for the impact of various market factors such as lack of liquidity. Thank you.